So, sir, what has been your experience with students that you have mentored or interacted with in the IPM program? Your personal experience.
See, I have been one of the biggest advocates of and endorsers of IPM. Um, Two major reasons. First, the IPM crowd, when they come out of class 12th, they are fresh, they are bright, and they're curious. They come like, you know, full of enthusiasm, full of energy, full of will to do anything. And you give them a good project and they will do wonders with that. So with one of the students of the second batch of IPM, rather it was his initiative and I just talked to him how to go about it and what to do. So they started a program called iHelp, where they go to the nearby villages and teach school children on a weekly basis. Now it has become so regular that we send two bus full of kids almost every week, and those schools depend on us for kind of teaching resources, training resources, physical resources, financial resources. Right? I have it now for about since 2013, so 8 years, and it was just one person's perseverance plus the support of the entire batch. So that kind of experimentation is not only permitted, rather encouraged. And people are full of that kind of energy, right? Selfless energy, that they do it for others. That is one good thing. Second is, see, we are selecting brightest minds out of some 20,000 odd people. Obviously, program is getting success partially because the students are very bright, and we are able to offer them some challenges, not a lot of challenges. Some courses are actually pretty boring, and you would see more of those soon. So obviously, it's I cannot guarantee that everyone will do a wonderful job, but yes, there are some courses boring, but some courses are excellent also. And fortunately, the IPM crowd has responded more to the good and positive courses rather than getting depressed with the boring or useless courses or professors, right? Because there are all kind of people. So they have been very positive in acceptance. The most major factor that I see which differentiates them from a regular crowd of PGP and so on, understand this: India's education system, particularly at the graduation level, university level, is broken. Engineering level, most of the people who become engineer because there was nothing else to do. They never knew anything or they were forced into it. So by the time they come out of the university, they are useless, incapable for most of the things. Most of them are like that. Obviously, not every single individual, but most of them are good for nothing. Engineers mostly frustrated. So PGP level crowd is lacking that one critical element, the curiosity, the enthusiasm. They are good and capable people, but they have given up on education. IPN comes with that curiosity and energy, which makes the whole experience worthwhile. Right. So, I mean, I have worked with people uh, who are now in the process of doing bigger things worldwide and gaining strength, going to different places abroad, India, corporate, academia, many places. And barring one or two individuals, I don't think I would regret any single assignment that I have done with IPM, any single IPM. And it's been 10 years, 1200 people. Out of 1200, even there were not even 10 whom I would regret.
That's sensational, sir. It was really nice. So, moving on to the next question. What can the students expect in terms of learning experience from people around them, including the current students and the alumni?
This is what most people confuse and get bogged down with. Understand this: you have 24 hours in a day, typically 16 hours for your active engagement with others. Out of those 16, barely 4 hours, 5 hours go into the classroom, right? Most of that classroom hour is also not the professor talking or telling you things, but rather you discussing things. So barely 30% of your time is learning from the professor. 70% of the learning is by your own self, with your own peers, And that is why it is extremely important to get out of your room, get into the campus. And in fact, this is why IPM is all our programs are residential, because we know that we are not teaching you necessarily, but rather you are learning through shared experiences, you are learning through shared discussions. So once we do a case in the classroom, the learning doesn't stop there. You go back, you ponder on the case, you fight with your friends, you argue over the case facts, outcomes, and so on. That is how you learn. 70% of learning is outside the classroom, which most people don't seem to understand or appreciate. Right? And that is why having good peers in a good atmosphere with all the facilities here, that is what is important for the good outcomes. Now, most people these days, I see that they are just sitting or walking or uh, busy in themselves with their iPads on, with their headphones on. It's actually a very bad thing. So if you are an aspirant or a student, either way, I would suggest listen to others. It's a part of your learning. Listening to music, listening to podcast and so on is fine once in a while, but constantly, that is cutting you away from your environment. Listen to people, and that is where most of your learning would come from. See, when I was a student and I am Ahmedabad, I mean, I had wonderful professors. You are not so lucky, you have me. But those professors were kind of life changing, yes. But I think I have got the equal amount of learning from my dorm mates, from my section mates, from my batch mates. And I was kind of very unsocial person. And despite that, whenever I wanted to learn anything, suddenly there would be someone who is a master of that. And I ended up learning a lot of things, including photography, bird watching, a lot of whatever you want to learn. Right? There would always be someone who is an expert of that and willing to teach. So co-learning, residential co-learning is a critical element of the program. So don't just limit yourself to your room and computer or your electronic devices. Right? People is what makes the program worthwhile.
Indeed, a very strong message to the current students and like the generation who will be preparing for IPM, and even us who are currently the students of the IPM program. Do you think that the IPM has a conventional college culture, and if not, like what are the factors which makes it stand out from the other programs?
First is residential. Second is, I don't see, I have studied in a conventional college also. I am an alumnus of Lucknow University. I was a day scholar, Lucknow University, 5 years, BCom plus MCom. I spent 5 years in IIM Ahmedabad, residential. Um and you can see drastically a typical college culture versus a residential campus of this sort. There are several key differences. Just to list a few. One is when you live with people, you and away from family, you grow up a lot. uh, Family and the familiar environment solves a lot of problems. When you are on campus, you learn how to handle everything on your own, right? From a jammed printer to a missed assignment to a requirement of a medicine to buying a shirt or getting a shirt ironed for a formal talk. You learn how to solve problems in real life. That is one. Second is peer learning, which is very low in the typical college culture because people, after 4 hours of interaction, go home. Here, you don't go home. You keep on talking to others and learning with others. Third is, see, typical college sounds a kind of slightly derogatory term because most of the colleges do not have any discipline, do not have any punctuality, do not have any schedule. Obviously, I'm saying most, not all. But here, today morning I had a class. 10 minutes before the class, I was there in the room. Exactly at 11:45, I said, if there is any other question, we will discuss it over the email. I will start a thread, we will talk. And 11:48, I am out of the class with all my stuff. Right? I studied in the university where you go to the university and that day you don't know whether there will be a session or not. Right? Here, already I know that I will be teaching 30 sessions in June and July period. This is the level of planning. 6 months in advance, I know that what I'll be doing then. So if you want to book me for an activity or anything, you have to come at least in 3 months advance, if not more. That is the kind of planning and discipline we are working with. Right. So obviously there is a value of time that you learn. There is a value of discipline that you learn. A lot of things. Typical college culture is just making people casual, hooligan kind, very poor performer because they don't understand the value of time. Here I bolt the door at 11. I mean, these days the classes are virtual, although, but here I bolt the door if the class is at 9. Right. At 9, you have to be inside with your in your seat. It doesn't mean that you can walk at 9 or 1 because it's a 9 o'clock class in the morning. And we have classes starting at 11 in the night also. Uh, Last evening, I was talking to someone. He had a meeting with the students from 12 to 2 in the night. My own professors had a meeting going all night till 5 o'clock in the morning because something has to be done. Something has to be done. This is what the attitude we have, and we try to inculcate in the students. Time does not matter. If you have to do something, you have to do it. Right? Almost a soldier like dedication. Obviously, soldiers are a much different kind of breed, but almost that kind of dedication that you have to do it. That's all. This is what we try to inculcate. So we are making better citizens also, not only managers.